One of the most enjoyable players in the National Hockey League is Pat Maroon. Quick with a joke off the ice, quick with a jab on it. As we know, he's not a man who takes himself too seriously. But yesterday in the Bruins game, Pat Maroon was playing unknowingly, taking pot shots from the road team's announcing booth.
Listed at 238 pounds. That was day one of training camp. I got a feeling he's had a few more pizzas between then and now. Inadvertent fasting for Pat Maroon is like 4 hours without a meal. But hey, 3 cups in a row, who can argue with his formula?
Let's put that in writing and read it one more time. Listed at 238 pounds, that was day one of training camp. I have a feeling he's had a few more pizzas between then and now. He goes on to say, inadvertent fasting for Pat Maroon is like 4 hours without a meal. Hey, 3 cups in a row. Who can argue with his formula? If Jack Edwards had a personal relationship with Pat Maroon, that would be one thing. But by all accounts, he does not. And adding the 3-cup statement of fact does not erase what was said leading up to it. Now, I'm sure there's another segment of people who might say boys will be boys and view it like Bobby Ryan, a former NHL player and teammate of Pat Maroon in Anaheim, saying Maroon doesn't care about Jack Edwards. He's been Fat Pat since we were 7 years old. He has 3 cups, a bunch of money, and a beautiful family. He's the big rig. Doesn't change his day. And you know what? Maybe it's true. Pat doesn't personally care about those comments. But it certainly changed his day. Was Jack Edwards laughing with Pat Maroon or at Pat Maroon? Because judging by Maroon's response, he was not in on the joke. His response had nothing to do with himself, but with others who might be triggered by the comments, donating $2,000 in Jack Edwards' name to Tampa Bay Thrives to support those struggling with mental health, bullying, and body image. You think his teammates are laughing it off? Steven Stamkos supporting his guy, saying he's donating as well. You want to know how many other times the captain has written something on Twitter this year? 4. 4 other times. It's November 30th, people, and it's not just him. Tons of current and former Bolts, including other players in the league, supporting Maroon, and I see no jokes from those who know him best. As for Jack Edwards, this is what we've gotten so far, which might be a good lesson for him. If you don't have anything good to say nothing at all. When you make comments like that as an announcer, you make it acceptable for everyone at home to make similar comments to others, not necessarily about Maroon. So if you want to chalk this up to boys being boys, I can't stop you. But Jack Edwards is a 65-year-old man. At some point, you got to grow up. We'll be right back.